Were you guys worried I was going to be late? Psych! 30 seconds to go. Hi, Bianca. Hi, Carol. Where's Christina? Hi, guys. How are you? How is your Wednesday? It is Wednesday, the 22nd. And we have some things to talk about. See where Christina's at real quick. Hi, Mandy. How's your Wednesday? Hi, Pumpkin. We'll give it a few minutes like usual. Christina, there you are. I just texted you. I was like, hello. Hello, hurt. I promise, Mandy, I won't. I promise you on my life. If I'm gone that long, then you better come find me because something's wrong. I missed you guys too, though. But no, I'm back. For good, forever, for life. Hey, AR, how are you? I was thinking about some things today about the DNA. And I don't think anybody's really, like, I haven't really heard anybody, like, kind of dig into it and talk about it. The samples is what I'm talking about. So I want to mention a couple things, but other than that, we are going to play the Emily interview from today or yesterday or whatever, whenever it dropped. We'll do that. You can't read it because it's really sloppy, but I had a crap ton of stuff for you guys, but I don't know if I'm going to hit on all of it today because I actually have a lot. So I'll probably have to split this into two and we'll just do the rest of it on Friday, whatever we don't finish today. But I have a lot of stuff that nobody's talked about. Oh, and part of it is the extortion thing. I want to talk about that. Hi, Big Mikey. I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. All right, guys. So we'll give it another minute or two. I've been waiting for it's just Bronx Tales True Crime at gmail.com. Shoot me an email. I'll check it. I'll check it later or in the morning. Let me crack open my not sponsored Monster. Have you guys seen the Emily interview? You've been wanting info on the extortion ordeal? Yeah, I was looking into that today. I have some interesting thoughts on that, actually. No problem. Yeah, for sure. Just email me. We'll get together. Hey, Tattoo Gal. Yay. Glad you're here. Good to see you. It's warm in here. I might have to take a layer off, y'all. Okay, so I was thinking about the DNA today, the samples that were in the refrigerator that broke. Hi, Leslie and Billy. Yes, happy hump day. Aw, Bianca, you're so sweet. Aw, I love you guys. You're the best. Okay, so I was thinking about the DNA samples, right? So, yes, thank you, Bianca. So we had the ones in the fridge were from Showalters, right? Please tell me if I'm wrong. Hi, Fred. I haven't seen you in so long. Aw, I miss your comments. It's so good to see you. Thank you, Fred. I appreciate that. So, all right, hold on 1 second. Let me get into this here. So I was thinking about the DNA samples that were in the fridge, right? And we had, what DNA samples were actually in that fridge? Was it just Showalters? Was it the stair railing? Aw. Okay, but can you answer my question? No, I'm just kidding. So what DNA was in the fridge? I'm sure I could just Google it, but what DNA was in the fridge? Was it because I totally forgot. Is it the stair railing samples? Thank you, Bianca. The stair railing samples. Was it Showalter samples? Was it the glove sample? Did they do anything with the knife sheath sample under their nails too? Okay. Either way, it doesn't matter because any of those fit. So thank you. All the samples of the alternate perps. Okay. Thanks, Fred. So all of the samples of the alternate perps would have been, by the time they got them, they swabbed the samples and got the samples. Tell me if I'm wrong. They would have been dry, right? Because, I mean, we have a 911 call 9 hours later, right? So if we've got a smear on a handrail that's small, the glove that was outside for 7 days, that would have been dry. Under the fingernails, more than likely would have been dry. Any of those samples would have been dry samples, right? Technically, they don't even need to be in the fridge. They keep them in the fridge, right? Because of, you don't want like bacterial growth, or my nose is running, of course, because it's 5:30. Thank you, Elizabeth. Good to see you. Technically, that fridge went out, and from my understanding, it went out for a couple of hours, and that was about it. And that's what they then used to rule all of those samples as ruined. I promise I'm not allergic to you. Hi, Pokey. Well, don't text and drive, please, woman. Right. Yeah. You're right, Christina. They don't even have a generator for that. I mean, for heaven's sake, they kept the samples of Brian Koberger's stuff sitting right next to the samples or the evidence from the house, from the crime. If that's not cross-contamination, I don't know what the heck is. But so they said that the fridge went out, and it ended up going out for a couple of hours. Those samples should have already been dry samples anyway. So technically, they wouldn't have been ruined. That would not have ruined a dry sample. Dry samples can actually sit out for quite a while. Many, many, many hours, if not several days. So their fridge going out for a couple of hours on dry samples would have had no bearing really on anything. And if nothing else, they needed to make room for their beers. That makes sense now. What am I talking about? So, I mean, honestly, technically, they could have used those samples. And that's what really makes me think that it was all done on purpose. And I think it was all done on purpose because of partly of the Showalter angle, which ties into the extortion. But I'm not getting into the extortion right now. We're going to do the extortion on Friday. Sorry, guys. But I just wanted to point that out because nobody has said that. Even the fridge going out for a couple of hours should have had zero bearing on the validity of the DNA samples that they had in the fridge, because they would have mostly been dry anyway, or should have been dry for sure. They would have been able to use every single one of those samples. And if not, you sure should have darn tried, right? Like, have you guys seen the Emily interview yet? I know a couple people have played it or are going to play it, but I'm going to play it. I found one finally with no commentary. My goodness, that was took me 8 hours to find this. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. Okay. You've seen it a few times. Sorry, Christina. You're stuck with us anyways. All right. I'm just going to play it and then we'll talk about it. I might stop it because that's what I like to do. Good, Elizabeth. I played it just for a little bit, but I have not seen the whole thing, to be honest. So I saw the first like half, I think, and that's about it. So we'll play it. This is Emily's interview, and this is Emily's interview with our favorite human, Pain. Yay! The person I dislike the most in all of the world. But you do matter, Christina. You do matter. All right, here we go. Yeah, Mandy, you're right. I think the mic doesn't work at first, but then it finally ends up turning on. We'll just give it a second. Yeah, right.
Recorded. Red lights
You mean
on.
Paint's liar? Did
you say your name
turn
for
the
me?
mic on? What?
Okay, let me make sure I get spelling correct. Okay.
He probably didn't turn the mic on, and he probably said, just go along with everything I say. Just follow my lead. He is such a liar. I know a lot of people do find her cringy. I find her, I'm not sure yet. I think she's got some spunk to her, and I think she's kind of in that, like, what the F just happened? Like, what's going on? But she does say a few things that I'm kind of like, dang, I'm glad you're not my friend. Yeah, the blurred. Get the heck out of here. For what?
Okay, first name, correct?
Yep.
What's your middle? What's your date of birth?
2001.
Good phone number for you.
Yeah, she was texting on it.
Okay, do you have, that's your phone right there, right?
Yeah, so she's got her phone, it's blurred, and she was texting on it. But also, I don't know if you guys are aware, but you know, all the people that were standing outside together, they're all in the waiting room together, which I think somebody might have a video of, or it was said that there was Ann Taylor asked for it. That's what it was. She wanted to see all of them together, not separated. Remember, she was going to use that in the defense case. But so Emily, Hunter, probably Josie, Bethany, Dylan, probably Lyndon, probably the Chapin twins. See what I did there? Yes, she is Hunter's girlfriend. Yes.
Real quick, before we get into that,
they're all sitting out in the waiting room together.
To the victims.
Sarah is my best friend.
Okay.
Ethan is her boyfriend, who's also one of my best friends. And Maddie, Mogan, and Kaylee are great friends to all of us too. It's because they live with them.
Okay. Are you were they all in a sorority?
Yeah, we were all. Me and Xana are not anymore.
Okay. What about Ethan?
And Mogan's not in it anymore.
Okay.
Ethan is in, along with his brother who's here. And his sister.
I'll get you some tissues if you need, okay? You sure? Yeah. Okay. Let me know if you need something, all right?
Can somebody put Connor's channel? I got this from Connor's channel. Do you guys know who I'm talking about when I say Connor? If somebody can put his channel in the chat just so we give him credit, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Good old Connor. I love when I don't know where he came from, but he's been a godsend because he will put these out with no commentary, and I love it. Yeah, the Chapin twins, that irks my soul. Thank you so much, Bianca. Dang, that was fast. You're good, girl.
Again, this is not just if you need a minute, take a minute, okay? Okay, so at the end of all this, we're going to seize your phone as evidence, okay? Just understand that this is a procedure for us, okay? Yeah. Doesn't mean we're looking at you or anything like that. It's just this really helps us kind of narrow it down, okay? So is that an iPhone?
Yes.
What model is it?
Welcome, Virgo Moon. Thanks for being here. Good to see you.
I think it's the 11.
can take all this.
It should be. Yeah, I think it's 11.
Okay. Does it have a passcode on it?
It does.
What's your passcode? Okay, so your social media, what kind of social media do you have?
I don't get the redactions. I mean, the personal information is fine or whatever, but like when they say names and the faces and I don't get it. Like, you're adults, you're agreeing to this. Payne's a little sneaky in here, like always, but these redactions are just not necessary. And then they want to charge people for it. You're charging us for redactions that you don't have to make. Stop wasting your own time. You're just being jerks about it. Right? Super calm. Super duper calm.
So why don't we just kind of start with yesterday? Did you go to a football game or anything?
I was at the game working.
Okay. Why don't you start with kind of about the time you left the football game, like got everything wrapped up, just best as you can recall, just kind of walk me through the rest of your evening, okay?
After the football, well, I got to leave early. I left probably 5 minutes after halftime, and I walked home from the dome. I went and said hello to all of my other friends in a different apartment, right next to where I live.
Where do you live?
I want to make a point real quick. Do you guys remember in the beginning when I'm not sure which documentary it was on. It could have been the Amazon Prime. It could have been a Hulu. Who knows? But one of many. Do you remember when Emily and Josie and all of them were saying, we sat outside for hours and we were so pissed at the cops because nobody would come talk to us, and went on and on. And then one of them started cussing out the cop and then looked at her phone and was like, what the F is this? Do you remember that whole story that they told everybody? I'm trying to figure out how all that happened, because we're sitting here at 1:53 and we know on body cam they were outside talking to everybody, getting, Dylan's story 87 times in 87 different ways. But we're sitting here at 1:53 in the afternoon. The 911 call wasn't made till a couple minutes before noon. So you weren't sitting outside for hours, no cops talking to you, and that whole story. Like, I don't understand where that came from, or why even make that up. Why are you like making stuff up off the rip? I don't understand. They're already, I mean, how long does it take to get everybody together, figure out what time, figure out what officer is going to interview, get them all down there, then they're all sitting in the waiting, like all that takes time. That's a process too. So no, you didn't sit outside for hours and then get mad at the cops because nobody was talking to you.
Gotcha.
And I was there for
Hi, Fizzy. Hi, my good
maybe
buddy.
an hour, two.
Okay.
And I went home and it was about 8:30, and
So when did you get to your apartment?
8:30 p.m.
8:30.
Well, after visiting my friends.
Yeah, so you went and saw your friends, and then you got to your apartment about 8:30.
And none of them were there.
Okay.
Real quick, I don't mean to call you out, Fizzy, but have you seen this? Or have you heard Emily's interview yet? Because she says something about a knife that's extremely interesting. So I'm glad you made that comment. We'll get there. We'll get there.
It's about 8:30, and who are all here.
So how did the knife get from Hunter's hand to the floor to the table? That's what I want to know. So Hunter's in there just worried about where this knife is at, or was there more than one knife? That's what I'm wondering. I feel like there was more than one knife.
There's two here. We all slept. We all went to bed at like super early at 8:30. we were gonna go to the lodge party, but we just didn't go.
To what party?
There was a lodge party. We didn't make it there. I know that this morning I saw Snapchats of Xana and them
Let them rip, Fizzy. Let them rip.
there, so I know that they were there.
What, can you kind of tell me what is a lodge party?
A lodge party is it's just like they host and they have their house is all apartment styles, and then there's a big center, and that's just their lodge. So they just have people come over to the lodge. Pretty much. That's it.
It's just a party.
It's just
okay. No special significance to
No.
it. Okay. Okay. So you guys slept. What time did you wake up?
1:30 a.m.
Okay. Okay.
We woke up at 1:30 a.m. We stayed up at our own apartment, just doing nothing. We were watching TV probably till like 3, and then just woke up, and we all hung out for another hour, and then we all went back to bed.
I do have to say, I don't find the sleeping pattern weird. I know that some people do. I don't find the sleeping patterns weird because it's college age. You're drinking at weird times. You're morning drinking, you're night drinking, you're drinking all the time. And then she's some of them have jobs, then you got to work. You got to find time to the sleeping pattern doesn't bother me. I know it does some people, but it just doesn't do it for me.
Nothing out of the ordinary between that time you guys are awake?
No.
Nothing at all? No phone calls, text messages, nothing like that? Okay. So after you guys went back to bed, what time did you wake up?
This morning?
Yeah.
10:30 a.m.
10:30?
Probably around that time.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did she say 10:30? I thought she woke up when Dylan called her, right? Which was 11:47 or whatever it was. Isn't that what she said before? So she woke up before that then? An hour and something?
Okay. What did you guys do the rest of the morning after you?
So called me.
Dylan called her.
I can't recall the time. I could look.
Okay.
You want me to look?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Okay. Called me at 11:51.
At 4 a.m, right, Virgo?
And said she's
And locking the door. Sorry, I'm not going to keep talking over her. I'll pause it when I want to talk. But you're right, Virgo. When Hunter just randomly, they never have locked their door before, but at 4:30 in the morning or 4 a.m, he gets a feeling and gets up and locks his door. You're right. Weird.
She called and said that last night around 4 a.m. she heard and saw a man, and she and were locked in their room sleeping, and they woke up, and she wanted me to come over and check the house because she was too scared.
She said Bethany and Dylan, were in their rooms sleeping. Their rooms, not one room, not Bethany's room, not Dylan's room, their rooms sleeping. And that she called Emily to come check it out because she was scared. So let me call my female friend in case something happens to her. What an ass. Like, what the heck? Oh my God. I just thank God I do not have friends like that. Let me call another female because I don't want to get hurt. I want this girl to get hurt. My friend. My goodness. But she did say they said they were in their rooms. To me, my brain is they're separate. They're not together. Hey, Claude.
Right, you said, I'm sorry.
Yes.
We're locked in the room.
And I was like, okay. Yeah.
Oh, we can definitely do that, Claude, for sure. I can put that together. Yep.
I'll come over.
And that was 11:51. You said,
Yes.
okay. So they saw and heard a man. Did they?
They saw a man last night around 4 a.m.
They saw a man. They did. They both did. So Bethany saw him too. Saw them. Him, them. They saw a man. So they both did.
She saw Kaylee scream and go up the stairs. And
she saw Kaylee, not heard. She saw Kaylee.
This is. So she saw a man and then heard Kaylee scream.
Kaylee scream and run up the stairs because she lives upstairs. Kaylee does.
And run upstairs. Okay.
Ran into and locked themselves in it. And then, she was screaming their names, and she didn't hear anything. So a while later, she came back out to check, and I guess the man was standing right there, staring at her.
Okay, so let me kind of just back up just a hair here, okay?
Okay.
So she said that she saw Kaylee run upstairs, and then Kaylee was screaming for.
No, it's just screaming.
Just screaming.
Screaming that she said that there's a man here, there's someone in the house.
Okay, that kind of stuff.
So if she sees Kaylee go upstairs and saw her do the whole scream thing, then Kaylee would have been on the second floor, right? So then how the heck did the person get in there if they're trying to say they came through the second floor slider? Still not possible.
This is all right around 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, then go ahead.
And
no, Virgo, I'm going to back it up.
Okay.
Ran into and locked themselves in it. And then, she was screaming their names, and
so she just said Dylan ran to Bethany's room and locked themselves in it at this point. So now these events are completely different timeline of events. Everything has changed.
She didn't hear anything, so a while later she came back out to check, and I guess the man was standing right there staring at her.
So this is after. So she's saying Dylan went down to Bethany's room. They locked themselves in there. They waited a while. And when she opened the door is when she saw whoever, whatever. Well, wouldn't that be on the first floor then? Hi, riding down the rabbit hole. Wouldn't that be the first floor then? So she saw him on the first floor?
Okay, so let me kind of just back up just a hair here, okay? So she said that she saw Kaylee run upstairs, and then Kaylee was screaming for.
No, it's just screaming.
Just screaming.
Screaming that she said that there's a man here, there's someone in the house.
Okay, that kind of stuff. This is all right around 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, then go ahead.
And she opened the door a while later to check, and I guess the man was staring at her, and she didn't know what to do, and the man didn't do anything to her, and she went back into the room, and she heard the side back door close. That's what she thought.
Who heard it? Who heard it? Dylan told Emily she heard the back slider close behind him. That's weird, right? Because when the cops got there, the back slider was open. And when the neighbor walked by all morning from 8 to 11, the front door was wide open. So if Dylan heard the slider close behind whichever perpetrator this is, who opened it? Which one? Dylan or Bethany? Because those are our only options.
That they were gone, so they went to sleep.
Okay.
Go to sleep.
And called me in the morning to come check out the house.
Unreal. That's the first time I've ever heard that. I feel ya. That's what I think too.
Said that it was the side door she heard open. Is it like a
Yeah,
sliding glass door?
it's on the second floor. It's in the kitchen. It's a sliding.
Call says from her room, she can hear the back slider close, yet she can't hear two of her friends being beaten and stabbed to death upstairs. Okay. Or in the room, 10 steps away? Okay. Exactly.
Door out the back.
Then they just went back to bed.
No, they didn't go back to bed because they were never in bed. They never went to sleep. I don't believe anybody was ever asleep that night.
Did she say why she didn't think to call anybody when it was going on?
I didn't ask her that, but I was just talking to her and I was like, well, do you know what he looked about all this stuff? And she said that she almost didn't want to believe it because she said, A, I was a little drunk, B, I didn't think anything of it because your brain just doesn't make sense of that because why would it?
Right.
And then I was like, well, do you know, she said that he had some mask on, or you could only see, it was it goes over here and over here, and she could really only see his eyes and nose.
If you could only see Brian Koberger's eyes and nose, you would know you were seeing Brian Koberger's eyes and nose. The fact she couldn't pick him out, but yet she could see his eyes and nose, tells me it wasn't freaking Brian Koberger that she saw.
Yeah, that's all she said about him.
Okay. So then once she called you, then what happened?
She just said, come over, check it out. I was like, okay, I'll be right there. Went over there immediately. I went to the bathroom and we walked over there, and I went upstairs because she said Xana and Ethan were not waking up, and I was up there and he grabbed me and told me that I didn't want to see it, and so I never went in there, and then the police arrived.
So you were just were you downstairs?
I went upstairs. They were all outside. I went upstairs. Hunter was in their room. And he came out and said they really didn't want to see it. So,
Did you, so actually went in?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a second to try and explain this thought because that doesn't make sense to me. If Emily... Okay, we've got Hunter that goes upstairs, right? He's in there. He's doing what he's doing. We don't really know what he's doing, but he's doing something, whatever he's doing. Emily goes up the stairs and goes into the living room. She says she couldn't see anything because Hunter comes out and says, you don't want to see it. And she says she didn't see it. So then how the hell did Dylan see it? If Emily couldn't see it when she was in the living room, how the hell could Dylan see it? She didn't. She couldn't. It's because she already knew. It's not that she saw it when she ran by. It's because she already knew.
Did you see anything? I mean, when you were walking in there, did you see anything that would have seemed out of the ordinary to you?
Well,
exactly.
They didn't do anything last night, except for the night before they threw a big party. So it was like a mess.
Okay.
But it's always a mess when they throw a party.
Hey, Ryan.
That would have been Friday night.
Yes, because it was their
Ren.
formals.
On Friday?
Yes. So, but Xana and Mogan and Kaylee, they're not all in the sorority, neither am I. But they hosted it for
okay.
The pregame before.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah, the only thing, there was a knife on the floor, right? Immediately when I walked in.
So explain to me.
Which, I mean, that could be normal, but you walk in, you go up the stairs right here, and then it's the living room. You go down this hallway and it's Xana's room. There was a knife right there on the floor.
Like in front of their room?
In front of, just at the top of the stairs.
Top of the stairs.
Which I don't know why there would be.
What kind of knife, do you remember?
Like a steak knife.
Okay.
Can I cancel this?
Yes, go ahead.
So Hunter went in, grabbed the steak knife, did all the things that he did, and thought he would, just throw it on the floor in a crime scene? And then so then after that, who picked it up off the floor and put it on the table? Was it when the cops went back into the bedroom and Hunter was thinking like, oh shit, I should pick up that knife that I threw on the floor? Or what? Like, how does that work? I don't understand. Why would he just put it on the floor of a crime scene? Especially after what he just saw, right? Like, that's strange. It's not.
Besides the house being a mess?
No, I didn't really go in further. I just saw the living room. There's, I don't know, the solo cups were on the ground instead of on the table, which, I don't know, they could have been knocked off by something, but.
The solo cups were standing on the table in a perfect triangle. There was, what, 3 on the floor? But after what we're told, with how much commotion that and falling into the table, remember all of that? And she's saying they're all over the floor when there was like 12 of them standing upright in a perfect triangle, empty.
So did you stay on scene until the officers arrived? Okay. You stay outside? Okay.
Yep.
Then you guys, I'm assuming, just came here?
Yep.
Did you make any stops in between here and there?
We went to my apartment,
You did?
all of us as a group, to get sweatpants and change of clothes.
Okay.
For
Do you guys catch that? I'm not saying that it's nefarious. It very much could just be that they were cold or whatever. But now, so all these people have been in this crime scene, and before they went to the police station to be talked to, they all went home and changed clothes. Just want to make sure you caught that.
the other girls that did not.
Okay.
Could not come back in.
I see. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm assuming you've talked to folks, or who have you told that's what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So he can't. He's. I don't know. And my mother is flying back. She moved to recently, so she's flying back. She probably. I sent them a text and said, I don't know if you saw the van alert, but I'm safe with the police officers. But I didn't tell them anything. I don't think that they've seen it yet. So.
Okay. I mean, this may seem like a weird question, it may not, but who would do something like this?
I couldn't even imagine. I would say absolutely no one. Xana's the most loved person on this campus. So.
Okay. What's Xana's background? I mean, like, what is she?
If Xana's the most loved person on the campus, which I honestly, I don't doubt, like, I'm sure she's extremely fun. It, to me, that just says what kind of people Dylan and Bethany are then. To just leave a person that everybody likes so much because they have such a bubbly personality or positive energy or whatever. Everybody likes them so much because they're so positive. I think she's intoxicated and there's something wrong. So I'm just going to let her lay there for like 8 to 10 hours because I'm that good of a friend. Like, that just says more about Dylan and Bethany than anything.
She on any sports teams I mean, like, what's her involvement on campus?
She did,
Me too.
let's see, what is it called? For business, she's part of that group.
Mm-hmm. It's like BPA kind of a deal, or?
It's, I can't remember what it's called. It's Vandal something, for business. She's a part of that team.
You don't have to remember
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. But that's about her only involvement.
Okay. And she's a correct?
She was. Me and her are
That's
both not anymore.
So has there been any amongst the four of them? Was there anyone that they were having a beef with? Was there any sort of rivalries or stalking behavior, or anything that you can think of that someone even just kind of like, yeah, it's weird, I saw this guy, or had a confrontation at the bar, or anything like that you can think of that they had told you?
No, we only really ever hang out with each other.
Okay. So nothing, nobody you can think of, huh? So Ethan's in. Do you know if they have anything going on with Any other fraternities? Did they have a, did he recently break up with someone or recently get a girlfriend or anything like that?
He's been with Santa for a while now.
A long time.
I think, Andalion, I think that's kind of the whole point. Like, that's what my brain does. Like, what would be the odds that a random person would pick a random house that they've never been closer than a football field away from ever? They don't know any of the people that live there. They don't know the layout. They've never had connection. There's been no stalking. What are the odds that you would go in there and unalive 4 people horrifically? I mean, there was 200 wounds altogether or something. I mean, and then you pick the house where the you don't know the roommates either, but they're just going to clean it up for you. Like, what a great place to pick. Like, you could not get any better than that. Like, thank you for cleaning up for me. Dang. No, they clean up because they know. I agree with you.
And we consecutive, like our friend group, at least, that we have, we're friends with all of the fraternities. So those boys get along with all of our other fraternity friends.
Okay. Okay, so nothing you can think of, huh? Did you said you mentioned that they were out at the lodge party. That was after the football game, right? Do you know if they went anywhere else?
I don't know. I was sleeping. I just saw when I woke up in the middle of the night that they were still at the lodge, still at around like 1:30.
Okay.
So.
And that was all 4 of them, correct?
I just saw a picture or video of Xana, but that would absolutely imply that Ethan was there with her.
Okay. And you said that was around 1-ish in the morning?
And I did not see or hear from Kaylee or Mogan the entire night.
Okay.
Maddie Mogan.
That white pillow is what gets me every time riding down the rabbit hole. That white pillow of Kaylee's, or where she was, or whatever. That's what gets me, because that is not red fluid from that type of wound, honey. It's just not. That doesn't match.
And you saw that video was on Snapchat?
Yeah. I can't remember who put it on their story, but.
Okay. Is there anything else you can think of if you want us to know about one? Tell us.
Mandy, I think it's because it was cleaned up. Because they found red fluid. They found indirect and direct evidence of a cleanup with unknown DNA and blood on railings and walls, but you can't see it on the body cams at all. So same with the footprints, right? What happened to them? Same with the kitchen.
No, I just can't imagine it.
Hey,
I
Moto.
don't think that there's anything
I'm with you.
that I've ever heard from them recently.
Okay. So going forward, if you want to send your folks a text real quick, let them know that we're going to be taking your phone, so that way they don't try to call you in a panic. Just let them know that Moscow PD is going to have your phone. And just so you know, we'll get it back to you as soon as we can. Okay. We're just going to be looking for stuff that might give us an insight into who would have done this. Okay.
Thank you. Always.
Yep.
I like how he puts that. We just want to check out your phone, not like we're taking it into evidence. He's such an ass. I can't stand him. I don't know what it is about him. Well, I do. I just can't stand him. He's so sneaky and icky and evil and liey. All those great qualities. Hi, Jolie. Oops.
Okay. So I'm going to put this on airplane.
I feel like he's taking advantage of a person in a weak moment.
I'm going to take down your serial number too. sure we can find one on here.
Because he could explain this completely differently. He's taking a phone into evidence to put it on a celebrate.
I'll make sure I detail this as good as I can, right? So
She'll have to sign something for that, and he's making it seem like you just want to check out your phone real quick. No big deal. Why is this like bar up here? It's so annoying.
So in the meantime, obviously you can still log on to your social media on the computer or something. Just do us a favor and obviously hold off from posting anything about this on not the.
It seems like they all do, because Dylan calls her Mogan too. And then in the interview, she kept saying Mogan, Mogan, Mogan. And honestly, when I was listening to it, I thought she was saying my name. And I was like, who keeps saying my name? But it was Mogan. And then she said everybody calls Maddie Mogan by her last name. I guess that's why, which I guess I understand, because I'm sure there's a million Maddies.
That you would, but we want to try to keep the notifications that we have to make through the.
Do you know who sent out the whole message to the entire university?
I have no idea. That's something that campus, that's their deal. Okay.
I think that was actually a really good question of her, because that I do think that was shitty. Like, sorry, I did not mean to say that. Family didn't even know and things like that. So I think that was a good question of her. Like, who the heck sent out the vandal alert an hour later when people didn't even know yet?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's something we're actually required by law. If there's a threat to campus, it's part of like the whole Title IX and all that stuff. We have to alert folks. So.
Have you guys contacted her father?
No, I don't think so. That's why we want to keep
He's
people.
in Pullman in town. He lives in Arizona, but it's her sister's
Parents weekend.
parents' weekend, so he's here.
Okay.
And they were supposed to have breakfast, so I don't know. Yeah.
At least she's a halfway decent friend to Xana. Like, have you told her dad?
No,
Because
she's not answering.
an alert's gone out.
That's usually when something like this happens.
Yeah.
As soon as we get an identification on who the victim is,
Yeah.
we try to send uniformed officers to go find them and tell them. We don't do it over the phone unless it's absolutely necessary. That's one of the reasons I ask folks to just hold off posting anything, because the last thing we want is for people to find out on social media, right?
I'm
Not
sure
that they should
many
never
of
find
them
out
did.
about something like this, but we want to make sure that it's done
Okay.
as proper as
I think the
possible.
Eve did for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
So you're welcome to stay here with your friends while we interview the rest of them. Might not be a bad idea. The
What?
campus
That's
is going
a
to have a lot
horrible
of
idea.
resources for you guys. Okay, use them. Okay, and you can be the one that helps convince your friends. Guys generally don't take the help as much. Okay, you guys all need to talk through this. And taking off the detective hat for a minute, this is something that's going to take you guys some time. Okay, it's okay to go through the emotions. If you need anything, call us. Okay, we can either get you in touch with resources, we can talk to you ourselves.
Yeah.
This is something that's going to take some time for people to work through. Okay, so just.
I feel like now in hindsight, him saying that is like, if you think of anything, if you need anything, call us, because I want to know first, because I need to add this to the narrative. And then I need to, you know what I'm saying? Like in a sneaky way. Ooh, I can't stand him.
Just understand that the emotions you guys are feeling it's just what human beings go through, unfortunately. And you guys should never have been put in this position.
Hi,
So take the resources, use it. We have a chaplain here.
Thanks,
If you guys
Moto.
want a chaplain,
Thank you, Moto. Moto said, this is so stupid. They told the university students using social media that they passed. Exactly. And then when the one cop wanted to tell them while they were all standing out there, the other cop was like, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. They know. Like, what the heck? And then when he said they know is when people are starting to be like, wait, they know? Like they know now? Yeah, exactly. So stupid.
can get you in touch with him. Just
The stupid part is that they don't separate them at any point ever. That's the stupid part to me.
really, really good gentleman. We'd be more than happy to talk to you guys, okay?
Okay.
All right? So I'll walk you out and find a sticky note somewhere in here. Make sure you have my cell phone. You have any questions for me? Okay. In the meantime, yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's pretty complicated. I don't even know how to pronounce it, honestly.
Let's do this. No, who's this? Who's going to get them all mixed up?
You guys can't hear him snoring? He's behind me snoring. Roxy's snoring. He's sleepy.
So in the meantime, if you think of anything, think of any weird occurrence that happened, or honestly, it's the best thing, one of our best resources is the rumor mill, believe it or not, okay? So if you start hearing the same name of somebody come up, and just your friends start saying, oh, I heard so-and-so may be involved or heard something else, make sure you get a hold of us, okay? I'm going to give you just a business card here real fast. This is not my business card. I'm not a...
Is he so for real right now? We want the rumors you hear, but we don't want to pick up any of the blood on the floor. We don't want to test any of the red fluid on the floor because it could have came from a perp's cut on their hand. Let us know the rumors, but we're going to leave this bloody glove sitting out front for 7 days until somebody else comes along and finds it. And then we're going to screw up all the DNA. But we want your rumors that you hear. Please. What the actual F?
Captain.
Can I just use like some random phone to call?
Well, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And like I said, we'll try to get your phone back as quick as you can.
Yeah.
This is our campus division captain, okay? His name's Tyson. Really, really good guy. You can email him, okay? You can call the non-emergency number, all right? I'll put my name on the back here, too, just so you know who I am. If you think of anything at all, and then even if it's something like, oh yeah, it's kind of a weird, don't brush it off, okay? It may be something important. So feel free to get a hold of us. Keep that with you, okay? Is it okay if we go through your phone?
Yeah, you guys can do whatever you want with it.
Okay, and we'll get back to you as quick as we can, okay? All right, I'll walk out with you.
Look, he's trying to be all sneaky. Like, well, is it okay if we go through your phone? Like, that was what he was trying to do the whole time. He was trying to get her phone into evidence to put it, on Celebrite and all that stuff. And she's like, I don't give a crap. Like, what? Like, you should have just stop it. I cannot stand pain, you guys. I can't. He makes my skin crawl. Ugh. Yeah, nothing happens in Moscow. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's it. And which is surprising to me that Emily's interview was what? How long was that? 20 minutes? 25 minutes? That's like 4 times longer than Dylan's. The person who saw the guy. Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable to me. So that's that. We'll remove that. Hi, guys. Yeah, unbelievable. Well, who said that? Where's that comment at? The university stepped right in. The university stepped right in because the university was called first. Do you guys remember that? Not Pullman for help, not ISP, not FBI, the university. Green was called first. What do you want us to do with this? And that's why I still think to this day, now this brings me back to the DNA I was talking about earlier, which if Showalter's DNA was in there, that's the reason I think the fridge broke. And because his parents are such large donators to the school. I mean, think of what they did for these 4 students that were horrifically unalived. They put up a memorial with a QR code to give them money, to give the school money. That's what they did for them. Like the biggest grift next to Charlie Kirk's wife of all time. Unbelievable. Yeah, that is the rule. That's the rule at a lot of universities, is to call the university when something happens, especially if it's on campus. The fact that this was even off campus though. Yep. You call the university first. There's a whole, they have their own whole juror system. It's not like, they don't call it like a juror system. I think I talked about this before. When my mom had a friend that was a coach at a large university. Why my hands are really sparkly? What the heck? Yeah. Green was called first. He was the first one called. Who was it? It was one of the MPD officers, 911 was dispatched, and then whoever was first called green or got a hold of somebody that could call green. That was the first move. Very first move. University was the very first call. All of them should have been separated from the jump. When an officer pulled up, everybody separate. Like, I don't care what I have to do. Everybody go a different way, do whatever. I don't care what you have to do. But everybody should have been separated, and they all got to stay together the whole time the cops were entering the scene, clearing the house, talking to Dylan, talking to the people outside. Jack's in the back of the car like he's a suspect. They're all just sitting there talking. One of the Chapin twins has 2 phones. So did they take both of his phones? I'm not saying he's involved. I'm just saying, I don't even know if anybody noticed he had 2 completely different phones and they're both his. Why is Chapin's car pulling in at 4:20 when that was supposedly the time of the crime? It just, oh my gosh, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The other thing I wanted to touch on was, and I heard this somewhere, and I cannot even remember where I heard it. You guys might be able to tell me, but somebody made a really good point, and they said the prosecution, after the sentencing and all that, and they're still doing their little media stuff, but they keep saying, Brian, there was no evidence of contact. There was no evidence of stalking. There was no evidence of contact with the house. There was no evidence of Brian Kohlberger having contact with any of the victims. Well, if you really dig into that statement, if Brian Kohlberger didn't have any contact with the house, then he didn't put the sheath there either, because he wouldn't have had contact with the house to put the sheath there, right? Like, if you really dig into that. Moto, thank you. You are so sweet. Moto says technically the university had no right to call the shots. They didn't. They really didn't. It wasn't on campus. It was on private property. The university is in no way, shape, or form a legal guardian of any of the victims. The university should have stepped back and kept their mouth closed. Absolutely. You're 1,000% right. And thank you so much. I really appreciate that. No, you're absolutely right. I could understand if this was on campus. I would have understood all of it. That wouldn't really have even raised an eyebrow to me had the university been called first, second, third, whatever on campus. You kind of have to be like, it's on campus. I get it. Like, they have to be kind of liable in a sense, especially with a quad hom. Off campus, and most of them were dropped out of sororities. And I mean, one of them was pretty much graduated, and I understand that there's students there, but it was still off campus. So technically, green really should have been called last, or at least halfway down the line, but surely not first. Surely not first. But he had to get everything in order. And every time I think of this, I will never forget how Green's house sits on top of that hill. And remember, 1122 King Road is the house that his front window overlooks. When he looks out his front window, he saw the house of 1122 King Road. Almost like, I just see him like, please don't sue me, Scott Green, if that's your name. I think it's Scott Green, right? Please don't sue me. But I just see him sitting there like, I'm going to get these little assholes calling all these noise complaints on them, and they won't turn their music off, and I'm trying to sleep. I got a school to run. I need to make some money. I got to make some bad deals over here. Yeah, I don't know. So, no, you're right, though. It was not on campus, and so that just doesn't make sense. Yep, just one of the emergency menace. What else? I had some other stuff to talk to you guys about. Oh, I wanted to let you guys know that I will spend the rest of my life trying to get the water usage for October and November of 2022. I'm still working on it. I have not given up, and I have put that at the front of the list because now I'm really interested. I'm super duper interested. So I am going to still try and get somehow the water usage for 1122 King Road for October and November. You know what's crazy? I think it's crazy. We'll also do, I'm going to do the autopsy stuff on Friday as well, because I want to look at it a little bit more. What's crazy to me is the day after Brian Koberger was sentenced, my brain was like, okay, it's done. It's over with. Now I can FOIA things because I probably won't get so much of a runaround because the case is going to be closed now, right? So I waited maybe a day or two, a week, I don't know. But I FOIA'd for any autopsy thing I could get. You guys, I was like putting it into Chat GPT, like, tell me how to say this in every language because I need this autopsy information. And do you know, I probably sent probably 9 or 10, somewhere in there, just on autopsy stuff to every single department. They all gave me the runaround. They all denied me. They had a different answer for every single one that I sent in. So I don't know how Jules got it or whoever has it. I think that's interesting, but yeah, I'm going to keep looking into that because that's very interesting to me. And I don't want to just do a willy-nilly. Dang, I never put the chat on the screen. My bad. I don't want to willy-nilly it because that part is really, really, really important to me. So I want to dig a little bit deeper into the autopsy stuff. That's what I wanted this whole time. Pokey. Wait, hold on, Carol. Do you live in Idaho? I'm just kidding. Yes, I did know you worked there, actually. I remember you said that. So anyone can pay anybody's water bill. So, Carol, I wonder if you can help me with something then. I wonder if there's a way around this. I wonder, let's do illegal things and see if we can, I'm just kidding. Let's not. No more illegal things. So that's what I was thinking, Fred. I was thinking that it would be easy to tell how much water usage there would have been. I wanted it for the month previous and that same month, but just to see what it was. I kind of wanted 3 months worth, but I'll take a week's worth. That's fine. I just want to see what it was like on that day compared to the day before or just a couple of days before or whatever. That's all I wanted. Okay, I won't do anything illegal. Okay, I promise. I promise. I still got to give you some slammer stories, though. Well, all the evidence was tossed and covered, and then nothing fit anymore. Nothing fit. Had they followed the investigation, they would have landed completely somewhere else, obviously not on Brian Koberger. And everything that they had, they even said it in an interview that they tried to make it fit. We wanted to make this fit. We wanted him to be the stalker. We wanted to see that he had been sitting outside their house. We wanted to see that he had been following one of them and targeting the house and sitting out there and driving by, but he never did. So my question is, if Brian Koberger never had contact with that house, then how is the sheath tied to him? Because if he was never in there, which would include that night, then the sheath with one tiny speck, 0.167 NGs of DNA, couldn't have got there from him either then, because he never had contact with the house. I don't know, guys. All right, Carol, we're going to team up. We're going to try and get the water bill for 1122 King Road. And we're going to pretend like, no, I'll think of a way. I'll just see if I can get it for real. I have this guy's email. I went back and forth with him, and he really was trying to be helpful. He was trying to give me what I wanted, but it ended up kind of being like, yeah, I can't do that. I'm like, dang it. Hey, Sherlock, I haven't seen you in so long. We can do that. I'm down. I'm totally down. I'll do it whichever way we can do it. I'll do it. I just thought that having the actual bill, I thought there would be a way, because the house is torn down now. Why couldn't we have it? I figured because the house was torn down, it wouldn't really have been a big deal to get it. Like, why can't I see the water usage? I mean, maybe I want to build a house there. I don't know. No, they're not on a well. Nope, they are not on a well. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, we can try that. I'll try any which way I can. I just really want that water use. I think if we could get the water usage, I think that would answer so many questions. So many questions. Yes, ma'am. What else? I think because I want to save. Whoops. I want to save the extortion stuff for Friday. Friday will be good. Oh, I wanted to talk about Nick Balance. I'm going to save that for Friday. Sorry. Because that'll go good with the extortion stuff. Yep. And we all need to start writing letters to Cash Patel. And I want to talk about some geofencing. I think that's about it. I think that's what I want to do for today, and I think I want to save the extortion, the stuff with Nick Balance, and geofencing stuff, and some Showalter stuff for Friday is what we'll do, because we've already been on for over an hour. So, all right, what do you guys say? Let me see. What did you say? Oh yeah, and the autopsies. Okay, dang. Maybe I'll do one on Saturday too. Maybe we'll do an early morning. No, we won't do an early morning. Maybe I'll do a afternoon Saturday, because we got to do the autopsies as well. I don't know. Let me think about it. So maybe I'll do, I don't know. I think we can fit the autopsies and the 3 other things: the geofencing, the Nick Balance, the extortion, Showalter. I think I said that. We can fit all that in on Friday. Yeah, we can fit that in for sure. No doubt. So that is where I'm leaving off for today, Moto. We should check out this clip from Nicole Casey called Between 2 and 3 a.m. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to do that on Friday? You tell me. They did not destroy the records. Who asked that, Fred? They did not destroy the records. They did not. I have an email with a person in Moscow at the water company. Him and I went back and forth for a couple days. He was trying so hard to get me what I wanted without like losing his job. He really was trying to work with me and help me. But it just ended up being like, I just can't, because if this gets out there, then he's totally screwed. You know what I mean? And I don't want to make somebody lose their job either. I just can you send me smoke signals and tell me in code just what the water usage was? That's all I want. So yeah, we can do it all on Friday. I'm a little bit sleepy. I got to get Bronxy's snoring butt to the park anyway. So yeah, we'll do, all right, I'm going to save this stuff. Yes. And, the HVAC people coming, says it might say something a little bit different to me than it might to other people. I think just because the HVAC was there doesn't necessarily mean what they said that it means. And the reason I say that is because I know I've said this before. I don't know if you guys remember. They made the HVAC guy sign an NDA. And then they claimed he never left the front door. He never left that, that front area where you open that door and that's where their HVAC system stuff is, the venting stuff. So technically, if nothing happened on the first floor and you're taking literally 2 steps into the house, why do you need to sign an NDA? I've never heard of an HVAC person having to sign an NDA ever in my lifetime. It's just like common courtesy. A FBI officer says, hey, can you not, this is a crime scene. Can you not go in this area and can you not say anything? Like, it's just kind of I've never heard of a HVAC person having to sign an NDA to enter the first floor and take 2 steps in the house, and that's it, where the crime apparently wasn't even at. Yes, they were. Which is funny because we just heard Emily say he shut the door behind him. And then the cops say when they got there, the door was open. And then the cops put their, hey, Jeff H., I was thinking about you earlier today, actually. It was good. I promise. It wasn't bad. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Aw, Fred, stop it. He's probably like, this bimbo. This girl won't leave me alone. He's probably like, I got this stalker. She asks me about water usage every day. Oh my gosh. Were you guys on the Kylie Rodney case? I was super deep into the Kylie Rodney case. I just on my own. I didn't have any friends like you guys back then. I'm curious, were any of you guys on the Kanika Jenkins case? That one, HVAC, national security, Homeland Security, U.S. Marshals for HVAC. My goodness. Moto, no, wait, Moto. You were on the Kanika Jenkins case or the Kylie Rodney case? Which one? You have got to be kidding me. I was there that night. I was at that hotel that night. I didn't go inside, but my friends and I were sitting outside that hotel that night when it happened, literally when it was taking place. Do you know, I still cannot find her grave. Do you know, I went to that hotel many, many times and I went downstairs and I went into that bathroom that was down there where she walked by. And when I went, it was midday. They had an event going on. I went into that bathroom. I literally just had to use the bathroom, but I kind of wanted to see too, right? So I go in there and it's the middle of the day and all the lights shut off on me. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die in a freezer. It was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I was there. It's probably like a 20-ish minute drive for me. So yeah, I was there that night. Literally, my friend, we pulled into the parking lot because it was late. It was like 1:30-ish, maybe 2 in the morning or somewhere around there. And we weren't sure if we wanted to go back into the city or go the opposite way out of the city and just like, go chill instead of party. And yeah, so we pulled into that parking lot and sat there for like, I don't know, 45 minutes, just like being silly and singing loud and doing dumb things. And then we were like, okay, let's just go home. But yeah, crazy. Yep. Crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, that one made me lose sleep though, just because I was so close to it. Yeah. That one was wild. Those pictures were wild. When you would zoom in on some of those pictures, I was too. But did you ever zoom in on some of those pictures? Like, okay, go back sometime, find one of those pictures, zoom in on her teeth as close as you can get, and you can see the bald head black man walk into the front. It's like picture on top of picture on top of picture on top of picture. It's weird. It's very strange. And that night they had one of those murder mystery dinners, which I want to go to. I want to go to one of those. All right, guys, I'm hungry. I got to get off. Thank you, Fizzy. I appreciate you. Yeah, crazy. Crazy. All right, guys. So we will just touch on everything. Excuse me. On Friday. We'll just do it on Friday. It doesn't matter how long it takes on Friday. So, because we don't gotta work the next day, baby. So we'll touch on everything Friday. We'll probably start with autopsy then. And that's it. That's what we will do. So I will see you guys Friday. Yes, thank you, Bianca. Thank you to my mods. I appreciate you guys so much. Quality over quantity, baby. Hey, Ren. I know I said hi to you already, but hi. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate you. Sherlock, work on that water thing. Send me an email and see what you find. I'll send you some of my emails that I had from old guy from the water department. See if we can see if we can hack the utility. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, so good to be back. I will never leave again. I can't. You guys are the ones that keep me sane, I promise. Plus, Fred, I miss your comments. When I open my phone and I'm like, Fred commented, yay! Because you always have the best comments. No, I'm never leaving at all, ever again. So yeah, I'll see you on Friday. Still covering which case? The Kanika Jenkins one? Oh my gosh. If there is, I have to know. I stopped because that one made me lose sleep at night. Aw, writing down the rabbit. You guys are the best. I'm pretty sure we're all best friends in real life, right? All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get this boy outside. Do something nice for yourself. Be kind. But more importantly, be kind to your animals. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for my mods and Bianca's gifted and Moto and Moto and Moto and Moto and Moto and Moto and Moto. Thank you, Moto. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for being here. Bye, guys.